Hi, it's John from Go-Kart Daddy. Today we're going to be looking at the natural wood box cart. This is a great little kit for 4 to 12-year-olds. It comes as a complete kit with all nuts and bolts, washers and full instructions. Dual handbrake for even stop and power. His brake works both back wheels. Also comes with puncture-proof tyres, so there's no worry about any tubes going flat and no repairs needed to be done. Unique part about this go-kart also is adjustable chassis, which can be adjusted for leg length as they get older, right up to 12 years. The next step is to fit the seat to the chassis base, and this goes just on top like this. Line your bolt holes up, and then there's 4 bolts that go in to start with, all 4 corners. And then underneath is these metal brackets that fit onto the back, which we'll do next. Right, with the bolts and the holes, turn the seat and the base onto its side, and then attach the 2 brackets to the bottom on the 4 corners that we just put the bolts through. Both brackets in place, just do them up with your Allen key, just loosely for now. And that's this part completed. Next step is to fit the rear axles, and these are just the stub axles here. Just slot into these holes, and they line up with the bolt holes there. Same on this side. Push them through, line up the bolt holes. Same on the other side. Screw in, tighten it down with the Allen key. Now this bolt goes right through to the other side. Now you need to flip the cart over again, and then these 2 little Allen nuts go on top. To fit the dual handbrake, you'll need to put your cart on a block of wood so it's off in the air a little bit, so that when you position the handbrake, it's more easy to do. So these brackets go on like this, either side, with these little screws. Line up the hole, pre-drilled holes, and then just attach it with your screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, these screws in all 4 holes on each side. When screwing down the handbrake brackets, it might be best to use a battery screwdriver. It's easy to do up. And that's the handbrake in position. This welded tab here just stops the handbrake dragging on the ground when not in use. Okay, step 4 and 5 in the instruction manual is to fit this little lug on the chassis rail, which is part A, B and F. Attach those to the end of your chassis rail, and then the front end fits on. So that bush fits into the groove, and this is the anti-lock to stop the wheels jamming against the chassis. This fits onto there, and then you have the steering bolt that goes through, which will fit now. So with the front end steering bolt, push that through the hole, right through so the square sections it's flush. The next step is to fit the nylon washer, and then as you can see this goes over, fits down like that, and then you have the small washer and the 9-lock nut that you can do up with your spanner that comes with a kit. Just do that up, nip it up tight, and then that's the front end bolted together. This is just a nice little feature just to stop oversteer, so that it locks either side, stops the wheels jamming against the chassis and oversteer, like I said. On to page 6, which is putting the front stub axles onto the front carrier, and they just simply go in to pre-drilled holes either end. Just line the holes up with the screw holes, and then there's 4 screws, 2 screws on each side, 4 all together. They screw those down, and then on the other side put the nuts on. With the top screws now screwed in, just flip it over and put the remaining nuts on the back, which are these ones that go on the back. Put these on, all 4, and tighten these down. Okay, with all the front screws tightly fastened, it's now time to fit the 2 parts of the go-kart together. So the adjustable chassis now fits into this slot on the go-kart, and this is where the adjustment you can use for the longer legs. So up and down, all these holes you can use, and then you just flip the cart over again. The remaining 2 screws from the 4, they go through like that, and then the 2 remaining nuts you have left just tightens up from the other side. Okay, the next step is step 8. We're now going to fit the side panels and the seat back, which we need to flip the cart over again. And now we'll be fitting the back, just that part, and the 2 sides just come like this, the slots in the side, and the bolts already in, ready to undo and then put through the sides of the holes provided, and they go on the side like that. So to fit the side panels, they come already with the screws already fitted, so all you need to do is unscrew these screws on both sides, take them out, and then these go through from underneath up through like that, and then screw your side panel back on. So with your side panel in position, you can now do the bolts up from underneath, making sure so with the side panel in position, just make sure that the slot lines up and then tighten the 2 screws down. Tighten up the Allen keys, bolts from underneath. These can be done up tight. Making sure that the routed slot lines up with a slot on the base, which is good, and the same on the other side. Side panel is nicely screwed down and lining up with the slots in the base. You can now fit the back panel, which should just slot straight in to the back like this, and then finally there's 4 wood screws that go in either side to hold the back piece in position. The next thing is to do those up. Tighten these screws up with Phillips screws up with your battery screwdriver or screwdriver, whatever's easier for you. Do all 4 of these up. And the same on the other side. Do those 2 up nice and tight. And then it's just to fit the wheels now, which we'll do next. Right, step 10, fit the back wheels. This is quite straightforward. Just undo the nut and then end of the stub axle. Take the first washer off and first nylon bush. Leave the bush on and then simply put the wheel on. Need your handbrake out of the way, helps. Put the wheel on, put the nylon push back in, give it a wriggle just to get it to fit. Then on with your washer, and then on with the captive nut. Just stick that up tight, and that's the wheels fitted on the back. Same way, obviously, on the same on the other side. Then we come around to the front. Exactly the same procedure for the front. Now for the steering, just a piece of rope that's provided. To finish off, just put the rope through the holes, pull them through, and just tie a knot on each end, like that. Pull it back up, pull it tight, and then the cart. Make sure all the nuts and bolts everywhere are all nice and tight now, and your cart is ready to be used.